Evolution by Alexandra. What is evolution? Evolution is about the changes in population, species, or groups of species. Most specifically, evolution is a process by which the frequency of heritable traits in population changes from one generation to the next. One of the earliest advocates for evolution was naturalist Jean-Baptiste Lamarck. His theory included the following two ideas. Use of disguise described how the body parts in organisms can develop with increased usage while unused parts weakened. This idea was correct, and it was commonly observed among athletes who train for competition. Another one is inheritance acquired of characteristics, described how body features acquired during the lifetime of organisms, such as muscle bulk, could be passed to an offspring. This, however, was incorrect. Only changes in genetic material of cells can be passed on to an offspring. 50 years after Lamarck published his ideas, naturalist Charles Darwin published The Origin of Species. Darwin's theory, discussed later was of that of natural selection, or survival of the fittest, was the driving force of evolution. Evidence for evolution. There is abundant evidence that evolution occurs, that some species change over time, that other species diverge and become one or more new species, and that still other species become extinct. Paleontology is one of the evidence for evolution, provides fossils that reveal the prehistoric evidence in extinct species as a result for changes in species and information for new species. Can be studied. A second piece of evidence is biogeography. Uses geography to describe and distribution of the species. This information has revealed that unrelated species in different regions of the world look alike when found in similar environments. This provides strong evidence for the role of natural selection. A third is embryology. Reveals similar stages in development among related species. The similarities help establish involuntary relationships. A fourth is comparative anatomy. Describes two kinds of structures that contribute to the identification of evolutionary relationships among species. And one of them is homologous structures, are body parts that resemble one another in different species because they have evolved from a common ancestor. Because anatomy may be modified for survival-specific environments, homologous structures may look different. In some species, homologous structures have become vestigial, that is, that they no longer serve any function. The remains of limbs in snakes hide the limbs in whales, and the wings of the flightless birds are examples of vestigial structures that provide evidence of evolutionary heritage. And then there's molecular biology. Examines the nucleotide, the amino acid sequence of DNA and proteins from different species. Closely related to species share higher percentages of sequences than species distantly related. In addition, all living things share the same genetic code and minor vegetations of the basic biochemical pathways, including those of replication, protein synthesis, respiration, and photosynthesis. Causes of changes of algae and frequencies. One is natural selection. Natural selection is an increase or decrease of the algae frequencies due to the impact of the environment. Two is mutations. Introduce new algae that provide a selective advantage in general. However, most mutations are deleterious or harmful. Three is gene flow. Describes the movement of individuals between populations resulting in removal of algae in population when they leave or immigration. For the introduction of algae when they enter. Immigration. 4, we have genetic drift. A random increase or decrease of algae. In other words, some algae may increase or decrease for no other reason. Then they become a chance. When populations are small, usually fewer than 100 individuals, the effect of genetic drift can be very strong and can dramatically influence evolution. With genetic drift, we have the founder effect. Occurs when the algae frequencies in a group of migrating individuals are by chance not the same that the population of origin. For example, one of the founding members of a small group of Germans that began an Amish community in Pennsylvania opposed an algae-firm population. After 200 years of production isolation, the number of cases in this trait among 8,000 Amish exceeded the number of cases occurring and remaining in the world population. In other words, bottleneck occurs when a population undergoes a dramatic decrease in size, regardless of the cause of the bottleneck. Natural catastrophe, partition, disease. Lastly, we have sexual selection. Sexual selection occurs when females choose males based upon their attraction, appearance, or behavior and their ability to defeat males in contests. This also happens with humans. We choose who we like, who we want to have a relationship with, depending on how their personality, the way they look, the way they talk to us. It's all the same. And then my example was Nala and Simba from The Lion King when they first found out they had attractions for each other. And you can see she chose wisely. You can see that they have such love for each other. Thank you for watching. Bye.